Hey, what's up you guys? So today I wanted to do another little embarrassing money hacks video for you guys because I know that a lot of you found that interesting and helpful. So I thought I would give you another list of random things that I do to save money and or embarrassing things that I do to save money. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I never buy are garbage bags, and in addition to that, I never buy poop bags for my dog. So the poop bags are provided to us by the city, and they're pretty much on every garbage can that you can see around the city. And if they're not, then I usually just pick up any type of garbage or plastic bag that I see in the streets or from a garbage can if it's something that's not really gross and nasty. And I never buy garbage bags. I always use plastic bags for garbage bags, and I absolutely love that because it's two birds with one stone. I get to take out the garbage more often so it doesn't smell, which is really nice. And I get to use the plastic bags that I have accumulated over so many years of living here. I don't know how I have so many plastic bags, but I cannot tell you any time that I remember ever buying garbage bags. So that should tell you something. So another thing I like to do is take items that I find valuable from the garbage or in the street. So it's not often that I will go like in the garbage to actually find something, but if it's like on the top and I see that the garbage is clean or it's something that is in a plastic bag, I will take it. And also there are people that put out valuable items outside of their door in plastic bags or just in containers, and you can take those if you find value for them. Another thing I like to grab is any type of furniture that I see that might be valuable for us. So we actually were really looking to put cabinets above the fridge so we can have more storage in the kitchen, and we found the perfect unit from across the street. It was actually from a house that had caught on fire, and they were getting rid of a lot of the pieces, even though they were very, very slightly burned. So we took them, repaired them, cut them down to size, and used them as our closet. If you've ever seen this, that little wooden stand, it has a whole bunch of plants on it and stuff. We got that from the garbage as well. Totally manifested all of these pieces. And there was a closet that we found outside, and we just used that, cut that down to size, and my boyfriend made a very skinny pantry. Another thing I really like to do is ask for a discount on an item or on a service that I feel is warranted. So for instance, if I ate out, which I obviously haven't done a lot in the last year, but if I ate out and the service was bad, or the food was bad, or there was a missing piece to my meal, or something was off, I wouldn't be ashamed to ask for a discount, ask for some type of compensation for the issue. Whether it's with words or with things or with a discount, I do believe that if it is warranted, then there is no problem with asking. So recently, for example, I went to one of my favorite vegan restaurants to get takeaway, and I know that whenever you order in the restaurant, you get an extra piece of cheese with the cheese platter. So I asked her, I said, well, since you guys are doing takeaway, what is the deal with the extra piece of cheese that comes with the cheese platter? And she said, oh, like you want the extra piece of cheese for the cheese platter? That's fine, I'll give it to you. Which cheese do you want? And it's not something that they were offering on their menu. It's not something they were offering outright, but it was something that I know, so I was going to ask for. So another example of that is when I was recently at the store, I was buying in bulk, which is another way that I like to save money. And I had about 10 packages of burgers in my cart. It probably came to like over $50, but it was a very good deal. It was buy one, get one half off, and we never see deals like that. So I figured I might as well grab as many as I can. So I had so many in my cart. I went to the checkout and I realized that they weren't ringing up at the right price. I asked the lady that was working there what the problem was, and she went back to check the sign and realized that the date was wrong and the sale was not valid anymore. So instead of not giving me that discount, she was so nice and so kind to me. I didn't even need to ask, but I definitely would have. but she gave me the discount anyways, and she said, I know that you're only buying this many because you thought that there was a discount, so I'm gonna go ahead and honor that for you, but just so you know, it was expired. So another thing I like to do is make oat milk for any type of recipe that I'm doing. So, okay, so I really like soy milk in my coffee, and it's very, very difficult to make soy milk at home, but it's super easy to make oat milk at home. So what I'll do is I will make oat milk for any type of recipe, but I'll save my soy milk for my coffee so I can make that last longer. Okay, so another really funny thing that I do is I won't get any toppings on a pizza if I'm ordering pizza. So I never order pizza when I'm in a restaurant normally. So if I'm getting a pizza delivery, which is the only time that I eat pizza normally, I will never pay for toppings because toppings are so expensive. I will just cut up and make whatever I have here, heat up the pizza whenever I'm here with the toppings, and just save a lot of money because those toppings, they're pricey. Anytime that I have any old clothing that I think would be good as a rag, I will always keep it. I will never, ever, ever buy rags to clean with. That is something that I will never buy. Okay, so I save all the plastic silverware that I get from to-go orders, and I use it whenever I need to take food to go. I always just save it for that time. I wear a lot of my boyfriend's clothes. A lot of his sweatshirts I wear. Very rarely do I wear his t-shirts, but I do really love his sweatpants, his sweatshirts. I almost always go the whole entire winter without a pedicure. So it's pretty nasty, and I probably shouldn't, but I'm just so cheap that I'm like, who's gonna see my toes in the winter? I'm just gonna go without a pedicure. So I do like to get my toes done about once every 2 months, something like that. And I like to get my nails done about once every month and a half, 2 months as well. So I try to save money and try to cut costs there. I really try to push the time frame for my nails and for my toes. I never pay for a haircut. I only have one person do it, and she has been doing it for a very, very, very long time. She's my best friend, so I don't pay her. She does it out of the kindness of her heart. It's literally just a tiny trim most of the time. So I definitely never pay for a haircut. Okay, another thing that I'm really conscious of is how much toothpaste I use on a daily basis. I always make sure to use a pea-sized amount of toothpaste in the morning and the evening. And if I need or feel like I need any more to make my mouth feel clean, I will use it. But I used to be the type of person who would put like a huge log of toothpaste on my toothbrush. Like the whole toothbrush was covered in toothpaste, and most of it will just fall down the drain anyways, and it's just such a waste. Literally money down the drain. Another thing that I'm super conscious of is how much body wash I use, how much shampoo I use, and how much conditioner I use. So I always make sure to use a pea-sized amount of shampoo when I'm starting, and just gradually work my way up if I need it. And same with conditioner. I always make sure to use a smaller amount of conditioner than I need, and if I need to put a little bit more, I will. And with body wash, I use such a small amount, and if I need, again, I will use, but majority of the time I am able to wash my whole entire body with roughly a quarter size of body wash. And a lot of people, they just use so much body wash, and I think it's such a waste. Another thing that I never, ever, ever buy are bras. I stopped wearing bras like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. And it honestly is such a money saver because bras are crazy expensive. I saw a study in the past that said that your boobs actually build more muscle when they don't have a bra on because they're actually using the muscle to stay up. They showed studies that showed that the nipple actually got higher on some women that didn't wear bras because their muscles are actually working more. And I truly never found a problem with not wearing a bra. I feel like my boobs are not saggy at all, but I must give a disclaimer. I did have a breast reduction when I was 18 years old, and my boobs were not really saggy then either. So I'm not really defying gravity. I think I'm just using muscles and making my muscles work for me. Another thing that I really like to do is repurpose Halloween costumes and prom costumes. So prom happens once a year. Halloween happens once a year. They're usually not around the same time, so I will either use the same costume for both or just use an old costume. Okay, and the last and final thing that I will leave you guys with is probably the most embarrassing if I were to ever get caught doing it, but I like to go around the neighborhood with my boyfriend and cut plants that we want to propagate and have in our home. So we will go around to public places and we will just propagate plants from plants that we see hanging and growing. And it's been kind of a new thing, but I just find it so fun and so interesting. This plant, she's not propagated, she's just new and beautiful. I love her. And yeah, we're kind of becoming plant crazy. So we just figured it's so easy to propagate. So when we see something nice that we can propagate, we will do that. And yeah, with all that said, those are all my embarrassing money saving hacks and tips and tricks part 2. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, go ahead and leave a comment down below telling me what you'd like to see next. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.